Hi everyone, welcome back for another tutorial. In this tutorial I'm going to continue with my series of Photoshop for Beginners. So welcome to Photoshop for Beginners Part 4. If you missed the other ones, I mentioned all of these tools, and the last one was the shape tools. I'm going to leave the 3D tools for now because they're a bit more complex, and I will go through 3D in the near future. Meantime, we've got a hand, and the hand tool. What can we do with that? As you can see, nothing happens, but if you zoom, you can, while working in a document, you click and drag, and you can view the image. But if you click and hold, it will give you another option, rotate view tool. What that does basically is, it's a bit like when you're painting in a piece of paper. Sometimes you're not actually painting with the paper straight. Sometimes you turn it slightly. So when you click, as you could see, there we go. See, I'm clicking and holding, and now we can change the view, and we can paint like so, or we can change other way around, your call. And to go back to how it was, reset view right here on the top. There we go. And now we've got the zoom tool. We click and zooms, and we click and zooms out. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you this little icon right here. Actually, I'm going first to the colors. Okay then, so I've got these two different colors, but I want to go to default colors. So basically the black now is on the foreground and the white on the background. But if we want to change, we click on the black and just change. We can change it to any color, and we click OK, and as you can see, changed. But once again, if you want to go back to the default colors, just click right here. There's short keys for that, but I'm not going now with that. So let's see this here, this last icon here. The last icon is edit in quick mask mode. So when we click quick mask mode, we're going to be creating a selection, but to create a selection we grab a brush, and painting with black, I'm going to make it bigger so you can see. As you can see, I have quite a soft brush, very soft in fact. I'm going to make it slightly harder and I'm going to paint this. As you can see, it shows in red, but this is the area I'm going to select. So I'm going like so. I'm going to zoom like this. I'm not going to be selecting too much, but whoops, too much. How do we get rid of it? We just click on these arrows right here and we change to white, and we get rid of that bit that I painted that I shouldn't be painting. So I'm going like so, and I'm going back to black. I'm going to resize my brush slightly. So I'm just giving an example on how this works. As you can see, sometimes I have my hand tool, and what I'm doing is I'm just, when I click and hold the space bar, I can move the document like in the hand tool I just explained a couple of minutes ago. So I'm selecting this, I wouldn't select it like this, but this just to give you an example. Okay, clicking, okay, a little bit like so. When you see this window coming up to resize the brushes, I'm just right clicking. There are some shortcuts for that, but like I said, I'll go through the shortcuts in the near future. So because I'm not being very precise, I can do it like this, make it quicker for the purposes of the tutorial. So okay, let's say we're happy with this. A bit more here. Okay then, so now what we do is we click again, and as you can see we have this area selected, but well, not too well anyway. But what happens now is, as you saw, I've painted this area. So let's say I'm going into hue and saturation and colorize. As you can see, even though I painted this, it didn't select the top, it actually selected the bottom. So what we do is, I'm going to undo, is when you use the quick mask, the area you paint, it's not actually the area you're selecting. So you come here, right here on the top, select and inverse, and now as you can see the marching ants, yeah, these things around here, as you can see now they are in the area we painted. So now we're going into adjustment in the hue saturation, and as you can see we can change the color. Okay then, it's a bit too much, but it's for you to have an idea. And I'm going to get rid of it, and there we go. So now right here we have the layers palette. It's where we have basically this one here, the background. It's the background layer, and if you don't see this, just come here into window and click on layers, and it will show you the layers. And because I had it already, just got rid of it. But there we go, back again. So we've got the layers, and think about layers like as a deck of cards. I already mentioned this before, and if you pile up lots of playing cards, you only see the top one. So let's say I'm going to add a new layer, and I'm going to click right here on this icon, and if I leave the mouse it will show me create a new layer. So basically now we have a layer on top. So if I'll grab a gradient, let me go something funky, only shows this one. And why? Because this one is on the top. And if I'll go again and I'll change the gradient, as you can see, because of this gradient, it's transparent right here. When you see this checkerboard, it means it's transparent, so no pixels are here where this area. So this is why you still can see some of this or some of this. If you want just to see the background layer, you have the eye, you click on the eye, and then if you want to see the background with the top one, you click on the eye, and if you want to see the middle one as well, you can click on the eye. But then, as you can see, the possibilities are huge. And to make it even better, I'm going to, right here where it says normal, I'm going to click in dissolve. Nothing happens, but if I bring down, darkens, multiply, color burn, linear burn, darken color, and there are some blending modes that will blend these two images together. In this case, these two layers together. I'm going back to normal. So as you can see, possibilities are great. So for instance, I'm going again, as you can see, we've got, actually I'm going to do something. I'm going to add a new layer, and now I'm going to paint in with white, just for you to see something like so. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just leave it like this. Well, it's really bad actually. Okay, I'm going to put boat. Okay. Okay, a bit crazy, but and plus I'm doing it with the mouse. So now we've got the lighten blending modes. If we click on lighten, just lighten slightly, you may not see it, but not much happens. And then you got the soft light, hard light. But if you go to the dark section, so with the white, if you go to the dark section, just get rid of the white, as you can see. So I'm going, so darken, it's on the dark, multiply, nothing happens, color burn, and so on up to darken color. And just about the same, but on the inverse, works with the black. So if I'll go with the lighten, the black disappears. As you can see, I'm going through it. You may see here. As you can see, when it goes to darken, the darken blending modes, it stays black. But I'm going to get rid of this, like so, and now I'm going to create a gradient. I'm going to create a gradient, actually black to white is cool, and I'm going like so. I'm going to create a new layer, and I'm going just to drag a gradient. As you can see, we've got black, we've got different shades of gray, and we go to white. So if we try to blend this image, we click darken, and as you can see, shows the black from this gradient, and then as it goes to white, just starts disappearing, and then the multiply, and as you can see, the possibilities are amazing. And then once we go to light and blending modes, to the lighter ones, as you can see in here, it's not affecting much, and it's affecting all the way on the top, and I'm going to get rid of it. Now I'm going to show you a bit these icons right here on the bottom. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going, as you saw already, we can create a new layer clicking like so, but we can duplicate the layer just clicking and dragging into the new layer icon, and there we go, we have a new layer, as you can see. Okay, so let's say we want to get rid of the top one. Let's say I'm going to like this, and I've done a mistake, oh boy, and I can't go back. Well, I could go back, but just to give you an idea, we can just click and drag into the trash bin right here, and we get rid of it, and then we can duplicate it again, and now we've got adjustment layers right here. Well, actually, groups basically the group next to the new layer icon, it puts layers in groups. So we'll get there in a second, because I can show you a couple of different things, and then we can put everything in a group. So let's say we want to see this one here, the circle, half black half white. We can, these are called adjustment layers. But let's say we want to have a hue and saturation. We click colorize. I'm just going to do this so you can actually see what's happening, like so, and it's affecting the layer below as well. But let's say we want just to affect this layer right here, the middle layer. We click Alt and hold, and as you can see, between these two layers, if we click, it's clipping this layer, right? But we're going to merge down, so we have a different effect in different photos. Okay then. But let's say we want to duplicate this layer, and we want to add a black and white filter. There we go, we've got black and white, and we can actually merge down, and I'm going to create a duplicate again. This is just to explain to you a bit how it works, but play with all of these settings, and let me see something nice. Let's invert. What's invert? Invert basically inverts the color values of the image. So what's black becomes white, vice versa, and the mid-gray stays the same. So you know, and as you can see right here on adjustment layer, there's like a box. This is called the layer mask, and you can add your layer mask right here on the bottom as well. And I'm going to give you an example, quick example of how it works. So I'm going to select a brush. I'm painting with black, and selecting this layer mask. If we start, I'm going to make it bigger. If we start painting, it shows the original image behind, and let's say we want to go back because we kind of erased too much, because we're not erasing, we're not affecting the photo in any way, but let's say we want this sort of effect. As you can see, we've got this layer mask, and to see the layer mask I'm going to click and hold Alt and click, and as you can see, this is what I've done, and did not affect any of the layers because it's just an adjustment layer. But let's say we want to select a couple of layers, so we click like on the top one, we come right here to this one here, we click and hold Shift and click on the mouse, and now we've got these 3 layers selected. So now if we want to create a new group but with these 3 layers inside, we come here on the icon, create new group, we click and hold Shift, we click, and there we go. All these layers are inside the group, and you can still use them as you'd like, but if you just want to get rid of the group, well, to remove the visibility, so to hide the group, you just click on the eye, and if you want to edit any of the layers, just come here and click on this arrow, and you can change any way you'd like. Bear in mind one thing: when you're creating a group, the blending mode changes straight away to pass through. Feel free to experiment with the different blending modes. You can get some very cool effects depending obviously on the color. Don't go as mad as I was. And now I'm going to create a new layer, and I'm going just to draw a circle. Okay, a circle. I'm going to change my foreground color. I'm going to change it to blue so you see what's happening. There you go. And I'm going to get rid of this. Now we've got this, and right here we've got FX, so this will add layer styles, and it's the blending options right here as well. Bear in mind one thing: it does work with any unlocked layer. So for instance, the background, I would always advise you to duplicate the layer so you don't lose the original, but if you really have to, just drag the icon into the trash, and then you can apply a layer style. So I'm going to just give you an example. I'm going to apply bevel emboss. I'm going really crazy. Okay, I need to hide the visibility of the other one. Okay, now I can go bevel emboss, and as you can see right here on the edges, creates a bevel. So this case right here, it's easier for you to see what these layer styles do. So I'm going to blending options, and I'm going to leave this as it is for now, but I'm going to add a drop shadow. So as you can see now we've got shadow, but I'm going to get a new layer so you can see better. So okay, so back to the layer, I'm going to add a drop shadow, and as you can see there's a shadow, and even inside with your mouse, click and drag, you can check the shadow how you'd like. And in here you can reduce the opacity, the distance, the spread, the size of the drop shadow. Okay, it's a bit too much. I'm just going like so. Okay, so I'm going to leave it like this. And now we have the inner shadow. The inner shadow, as you can see, works the same way. You've got the shadow. Bear in mind, I'm not moving the color, I'm actually moving the shadow right here. And as you can see, I'm moving the shadow. And you can choke it, size, do whatever you like. And now we have the outer glow. The outer glow, the default color is this yellow, but you can change to any color you like. As you can see, let's go right here, and then you've got the opacity as well. You can add some noise to it. As you can see, looks quite cool. I'm going to spread it and bring the size up so you see the noise. You can get rid of it, and it's about it. I'm not going to go through this here right now, as this is basically to explain these sort of things, these layer styles and the tools and everything. And inner glow works exactly same way as the outer glow. We have noise, we can have the opacity, we've got the choke, size, and once again you can change the color to something you'd like. As you can see, it's changing color every time I click in a different color. So I'm going to cancel, and then we've got bevel and emboss, and you can go like so, but obviously play with these sliders because it's well worth it. And we've got satin color overlay. They all work this kind of same way, but do experiment because it's well worth it, and you can create really cool stuff with this. If you'd like to drop the opacity of the layer, you can just drop the opacity right here, and then in here it's the fill, the entire fill. So in this case I'm just going to layer styles, and I'm going to pattern overlay, something like this, so you can see what I'm talking about. So in here we can get rid of the fill. In this case it's the blue color, and not with this pattern, because with this pattern you can't see it. So let me see. Okay, and you can resize it. So okay, there you go. We've got a pattern I've created a few months ago, and the fill basically just removes the blue, as you can see, and we only have kind of the shape with the pattern. If you change the opacity, it will bring down the opacity of the entire layer, that including the layer styles as well. And that's it for now. I hope you liked it. I hope you learned something. Bear in mind one thing: just keep on playing, because the possibilities are amazing. And I hope I see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.